Get hairy if Kamala catches you being married. Our video of the day comes to us from Democratic presidential nominee from Kamala Harris. An old clip from 2017 has been unearthed where she warns Americans not to say Merry Christmas until there was permanent status for illegal aliens. Roll it.
When we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we? They will not have a Merry Christmas.
Neither will America if this nut job gets elected. What a Scrooge. Imagine how mad she was when Biden wished her Merry Christmas every day last month. She's a hoot at Thanksgiving, too, when she screams, "How dare we eat turkey and cranberry sauce when I haven't been installed as president yet?" And speaking of how dare we speak, make sure you don't speak to Miss Harris unless you're spoken to. Turns out Kamala's a bully. The New York Post reports she berated her staff, left them in tears, screamed the F-bomb all the time, and told an intern to never make eye contact. Gee, sounds like Greg Gutfeld. Except he looks a lot better in his skirt. Though it's easy to avoid eye contact with Greg if you're tall enough to go on amusement park rides. It's no surprise Kamala's a bully. After her 3 years of elder abuse, if you watch his last press conference, you can see Biden blinking Morse code for "help me." She's usurped her boss, like she copied the Joe Mackey playbook on how to be a talk show host. Kat, if we couldn't celebrate Christmas unless everything is perfect, that means I wouldn't have gotten so many gifts. This is a horrible idea.
Right. I mean, hey, there's always someone out there who's not having a Merry Christmas. But that's like the worst person at any social gathering. You would not invite this person to your brunch, like take the politics out of it for like, if it were like, "Oh, is this nice? Having so much fun?" Yeah. Except for all those people laid up in the hospital dying. It's not, I know she thinks she really did something there, but there's always somebody having a really bad Christmas. And one day you'll be the one having a really bad Christmas. So you should have a good Christmas while you can.
That is the Cat Tim optimism we've come to know and love here. Tyrus, the stock market.
Whoa, what the hell? Tyrus? What's that? Did y'all pick up on that?
I was thinking about how tragic it is that not everyone has a good Christmas.
Okay, Mackie. I like what you did there. Look, I don't agree. I don't like calling people ignorant just because I don't agree with them on policies or woke and all that other stuff. They can still be intelligent. We just think differently. But having said that, she's ignorant. You don't say Merry Christmas to the chubby kid with all the candy canes in the middle of the yard, got everything his rich daddy bought him. You say Merry Christmas to the person who's struggling. You're wishing them well. You're hoping good things come to them. That's what Merry Christmas meant. Merry Christmas doesn't mean, haha, look what I got, stupid. So if there, and oh, by the way, you're a successful attorney, right? Your husband was successful. You're the VP of this country. You were a senator at that time. You couldn't have went down to Target and got a ton of toys for the kids, because I've done it and I'm not on TV. You couldn't have went out there and picked it back up. Let's say there was 5,000 children down there without parents. You couldn't have gotten your woke liberal buddies virtue signaling to come off their mountain and come down the hill and take little pictures with the little children while you give them gifts and stuff. So here's the deal. I promise in December when you're unemployed, I'm going to say Merry Christmas to you. I'd have been an awesome liberal.
Julie, the story also talked about how 91% of Kamala's staff has left since she's been in the administration. Even Greg has a higher retention rate. 98% of his employees have stayed because he He has our passports in a safe. So this problem is bigger than just an offhanded remark about Christmas.
I think it's because his staff is way better and more clever about talking about him behind his back. You know?
Well,
And
it's over
also-
his head.
Well, it's all over. That's what I was about to say. Damn it. But yeah, I think, I mean, first of all, it does not surprise me one bit that she's got a little bit of bitch in her. I respect that, quite frankly. And F-bombs, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Boy,
I
didn't know
do. Yeah, but I do have a problem with the fact that she's now like poo-pooing Christmas for American children. So now she cares more about, and I do care about the children that are here illegally, and I feel very sorry for them. They shouldn't be here. It's not their fault. It's their stupid parents' fault. But I guarantee you she was still celebrating Christmas that day. I guarantee you that year, whatever year it was, 2016, 2017, right? 2017?
Yeah.
She celebrated Christmas just fine. But this is the problem with politicians, because they get in front of that podium and they talk a bunch of BS and they actually expect us to believe that they believe that. I don't believe she even believes that there are illegal immigrants in this country, let alone that they shouldn't be celebrating Christmas.
Charlie, the stock market's way down today. The Middle East is spiraling. Is this a person that we want to have in charge of things?
Well, I mean, just look at that clip, and that's the candidate they have. She's the single worst candidate to run for president with a major party nominee to run for president that certainly in my lifetime. She's also, her record is even worse than she is as a campaigner, which of course is why what you see right now is the press is doing everything they can to try to prolong this honeymoon period. They'll do whatever they can to keep her from actually answering questions or going off doing anything unscripted. Because if she has to answer questions about the world on fire or the economy or the border, the open border, or the crime because of the open border, this is the kind of crazy, wacko, nut job stuff she's going to say. And they'll do whatever they can to prevent that.
They make a great point about keeping her unscripted. After my monologue starts, it can be brutal. Before we go, come see Kat and me this Sunday. We'll be at City Winery in New York City with an incredible lineup. And then in the fall, Kat will be all over the country with special guest G. Nelson, probably in a city near you. Get tickets to all of her shows at therealkattimpf.com. Coming up, it's hard to snooze with our local news.